governor's move to restore rights recently, I think we'll eventually, hopefully get there.
There is a question on I think the Fairfax Citizen Review Board. If someone wants to speak to, I think the impact it has so far.
None.
Okay.
Really? Why?
Go ahead.
I asked the question, why?
Were you at the meeting when that guy came and talked to us at the CJAB meeting?
No.
Last year, they had one of the members, it's relatively new, and it only can deal, so if there's use of force, then it goes to a guy who works for the police department who reviews all of those cases. The Citizen Review Commission, at the time that they gave this presentation, maybe in the spring of this year, earlier this year, had like 2 cases in front of it, and they can't do anything. They can't sanction a police officer if they did something wrong. They can't even recommend things. They just can review things, and people can bring their grievances to them, and they can request more information be provided and a variety of other things. But what I took from it was, this is almost pointless. I think it's a good idea, and if they actually had teeth and could do something, actually recommend a sanction for a police officer that acts out of line, or recommend some sort of change, or recommend some sort of policy change, or review a policy and say, this isn't working, we're seeing this over and over again, but they don't have any of that. And maybe it'll evolve into that. It's new, like I said, and when they met with us earlier this year, it was like they had like 2 cases before it. Because
And it doesn't apply to the sheriff's office. That's right, that's right.
I believe that you're correct.
So it's,
Which is that's a real big issue.
yeah,
Natasha McKenna, right?
yeah. So we this is one of those things where, yeah, I totally agree with Dawn. Like it is weak in its current state. I think it was intentionally made weak. It didn't, we don't think it needed to be as weak as it was. Some of the arguments for were that, well, because this is a Dillon rule state, Dillon rule meaning that anything that the local jurisdictions does have to be granted the permission by the state in order to do them. And so they said, well, we can't give this body the ability to review new information or make recommendations or do any of that. All they could do is just review whatever the police give them, which we don't think is true. But just to try to push it a little bit further, we're actually trying to push for some state legislation that will say, okay, state, give these bodies the ability to review to review new information and to do investigations and to have some of the teeth that would make this a more meaningful body. But there's pushback. There's people saying, well, it's not good anyway, so we just need to cancel it. We don't need to go down the road. We just need to work to continue to strengthen it.
Oh, keep going. And I mean, until they come knocking on the door.
So there were 2 questions